Hello everyone. We'll start the session exactly at 4:30 p.m. Good evening everyone. Welcome to our deep dive session on Playwright UI automation powered by AI. Today, we'll explore how tools like GitHub Copilot and model context protocols like MCP are enhancing the way we design, build, and execute automated tests. Over the next couple of hours, We'll hear from three speakers, each sharing their insights on how AI can support and accelerate different stages of playwright based automation. Here's the flow for today's session. We'll begin with Jay Prashant, who will introduce Copilot LLM Ask Mode, the conversational side of Copilot that helps to streamline code authoring. Next, Ruanti will take us through Copilot Agent, which integrates intelligent assistants directly within the IDE. Finally, Shrikant Ruben will wrap up with a session on Playwright and MCP, showing how AI agents can interact with external systems and tools. Before we get started, a quick reminder, we'll have a Q&A session at the end. If you have any questions during the presentations, please post them in the Q&A section on Microsoft Teams, and we'll address them during the discussion segment. So, without further ado, let's begin. Please join me in welcoming Jay Prashant, who will start us with off Playwright with Copilot LLM Ask Mode.
All right, thank you, Maureen. Hello and good day, everyone. Yeah, okay. Let me get to my slide. Before we begin, I'd like to briefly go over about me. Yeah, 10VF. Yeah, all right. Right. Hi everyone. I'm Jay. So I'm from Malaysia. I have 8 years of professional experience in software engineering. I have a background in C Sharp and web development. Also, I have hands-on experience with Playwright. And now I'd like to also begin the session. So first and foremost, thank you everyone for joining us today. And today, my sharing, I'll be talking about the introduction to Copilot, the Ask mode. Right. So briefly, let me touch on today's agenda. So what I will be covering will be the introduction to Copilot, what is a large language model or LLM, the application, the strategies, the benefit, and then lastly, I will wrap it up with a demo together with Playwright. Okay, so let's try together what we understand from the word Copilot. So Copilot in the general sense is like a person who is assigned to control and navigate a reader besides us, and we will be the main driver. So I think this is a key point that I would like to highlight, that we need to remember that we are the driver and we will be the one that will drive to achieve what we want to do. And so in the top view, let's try to understand what Copilot does as an AI power assistant. So it can provide assistance in common tasks such as coding, research, and there are probably popular Copilot or AI solution already that we are familiar with, like GitHub Copilot, Microsoft Copilot, also ChatGPT, Claude, and Gemini. Yeah. So with this such great invention, we can see that there's been great progress in the time of completion when we are using such tools. So we can also notice there is changes in terms of how efficient we have become, or also it assists us in like learning new strategies or new methods that we have not considered through this assistance. So before we get into Copilot, let's try to understand what is a large language model. So large language model is basically the backbone to modern AI assistant. It can also be viewed as like the brain. So it is AI that is being trained based on massive data sets. So these data sets are in something that we have gathered or have accumulated over the years, like the books, websites, articles. So all these attributes to the training data that we provide to LLMs. So this will build a deep understanding of, for mostly like in most model in the English. So they build the English grammar, the context and meaning. So what are the capabilities that we can data from LLMs are that it can recognize the context that we are providing, meaning that it can answer the question that we throw at it and summarize whatever content, do let me translate translations. Also, from what we know that it is the thing that allow AI to do complex tasks and producing the responses tailored to the situation or the prompt that was given. So I also want to touch on the application of LLM. So I'm sure most of us are already aware of chatbot and virtual assistants, but there are other areas where LLM shine. So in terms of like customer support, it provides like automation in responses, improving the service quality. Also in fields of content creation, providing assistance in writing articles, blogs, and marketing. So now coming back to also like the domain, our domain, software testing and programming. So tools like GitHub Copilot helps developer to and testers to write and refactor code efficiently. So it also assists in debugging and identifying fixes for certain tests or even eventually identifying patterns that we may not be aware of during development or testing. So let's review on the strategy that Copilot and to be more specific, GitHub Copilot that we will be including in our demo today. So GitHub Copilot, in the demo, I'll be showing using Visual Code uses specialized LLMs such as the GPT 4.1 and the GPT 4.0. So all these models have their own specialized purpose. Like I mentioned, GPT 4.1 was for the general purpose. The GPT 4.0 is optimized. Then also there are other models like the Claude Sonnet 3.5, which is lightweight and rather reliable. And also let's review on what RAG. So here on the slide, I wrote retrieval augmented generation. So what it means is how when there's a scenario, like for example, when Playwright uh, or any other test that we are looking into, and let's say we key in the prompt like why our test is failing. So what RAG does is basically it retrieves document, so that data from external sources, like for example Playwright official website, maybe GitHub repos, and even going through our own code base. So then from there it generates tailored responses. So it will, like for example, the issue when the tests were failing, then the response would be the issue was caused by maybe this specific element, this button, and then it provides the suitable solution for us to take to resolve the issue. Then coming to context-based prompting. So RAG, we've already given you the insight on how it works. So context-based prompting is like a scenario when we are like an example would be an engineer and you are preparing to build a new project and you have prepared a set of tools and then your colleague comes next to you and see, oh, it looks like you're building a robot. Then let me help you to build the arms and the legs. So this is how Copilot is providing assistance, like from what they gather, like they understand you have the parts to build a robot, then they are giving you the next steps that will assist you to complete the project. Lastly, let's touch on seamless integration. So with Copilot and in Visual Code, you can see that there are features like auto completion and also additional suggestion. When we use, like for example, the ask mode, you can see that it will tell you the next steps, like as similar to based on the context. It give you what is it will advise us. So we also need to review and see whether these suggestions are meaningful. Then I now would like to also take another deeper dive to how Copilot helps in terms of using together with Playwright. So as we know, Playwright is a test framework, a solution provided by Microsoft, and it has different. It supports multiple programming languages. So how Copilot helps, it provides real-time suggestion based on the context. So that is what we know. And also it completes the test blocks. So it is able to accelerate the test development, and meaning we can write test case faster and focus on the getting the test suite up and ready for testing. So that will reduce the overall time taken to write all this. And also other areas where it excels is also in terms like when we have new users who are unfamiliar with Playwright, it gives them the leverage to learn faster. So it acts as a either like a mentor or a guide, showing us, oh, we to do it this way and giving the recommended steps. So in terms of programming, is we tend say that it's similar to pair programming. So it helps us with directing our syntax, providing uh, proper structure, or highlighting pattern that we may have missed, or even maybe even suggesting tests. Hence, we can see that it also help to improve test coverage. And now I would like to do to the demo session for my session, and I'll be switching my screen to the visual code. Okay, so as you can see here, I have already prepared a project. It has a Playwright already installed. So it is to help to save some time. And now I'd like to go over what we have in the interface. So on the left hand side, I've opened up the chat window to the Copilot. So let's remove this context so that to show you we have the various models. And yeah, for my session, I'll be focusing on the ask mode. So I will leave it in this ask mode. All right, now, so let's do some test writing. So let's say, and also before I begin, I'd like to mention that we will be using Parabank today as our test website for most of the demo, and like to start with doing a basic test case. So let's go to the chat box. So I'm going to write a prompt to to create a basic test. So as you can see, I didn't specify whether I'm using Playwright or anything, but because the project has Playwright already installed, the Copilot also review the code base and it is then intelligently providing the suggestion. So to get a better view, let me yeah. So you have generated code. So for the ask mode, yeah, it doesn't really interact with the code base. So I also need to get this copy over. So another thing that I would like to point that like if you are using comments, you can also see that we can get suggestions from Copilot like this. So we can actually start. Let's say if we did not use the prompt, we can also get suggestions like this. So however, I will be using the prompt to get this. Yep, test written here. Okay, so to now I will execute and run this file. So I key in the command npx playwright test, and this file is the basic demo spec file. Yeah, so this command will be used to run Playwright. So let's see whether everything works. Yeah, so everything is working fine. We can even view the report. So just to show everyone what actually happens under the hood. So for those who may have not used Playwright before, so this is the report that you did, and you can get a video to that demonstrate what is the outcome. So you can see what is going on is that the test is that testing the elements on the page, and seems like everything is passing. So yeah, that went well. So let's get back to the visual code. All right. So let's see how we can use Copilot in the terms of debugging. All right. So for those who have sharp eyes, you may notice there are a few issues with this code. So I too may have that do maybe I tend to run it first. Let's see whether this file works. So debug. And what we should be expecting is the test to fail. Yeah. So you can see there is some issues. Okay, so yeah, I don't need to go over into this. All right. So now I would like to use the Copilot to help me rectify these issues. So yeah, I'll try to showcase what how I can give very little information and that playwright I mean that to that Copilot to fix the issue here. So I say I want to fix this file is failing. Yeah, I did not specify much context. I that told yeah I want to fix this file. Okay, so you can see here that in ask mode it's only giving us answers. It is not it's not doing any interaction with the code. So what it has suggested here is it noted there's an issue in this the title. So we need to change it. So I do that change it to Parabank. Yeah, then let save this file and rerun the test. So this is also something I would like to highlight. So actually there is two errors in this file, but the Copilot was not looking at all the areas. It was looking at the first area. expected to have the title Parabank. Yep. So now let's go back to the visual tool. Okay. So also now let's try to refine the prompt to get it to fix the issue. Okay, so what I've done is I've added the context. So I'm saying specifically this file. Okay, the test is failing. Yeah. Please check my code and find the issues. Yep. Okay. So what in Visual Code we can do is also make use of this shortcut to apply the changes. So I will apply the changes there. Now let's try this again. Yeah. So you can see that AI sometimes is not realizing what is the error all the time. So we also need to be attentive and try to understand what is going on. And also we need to carefully review what is provided in the information. Yep. So it was supposed to be a capital B. Yep. So coming back to earlier, I wanted to point out there was actually two errors, but uh, yeah, because it is not able to, hold on. Yep. So there is a limitation to how we can use, but how we can maximize the ARS mode is we can also like, oh, okay, there is an error with this specific line. So now we know there is an issue with this line. Yeah. So we can actually bring that up by selecting. So we can select it. Then in the chatbot, we can mention here, this line is causing the test to fail. Yeah, please fix. Yeah. So here you can see that Copilot also knows what other selector that we need to consider. So it knows that the login box is not a valid selector. So it is then providing a different selector. So this is how you can see in just now earlier we were talking about RAG. So it's retrieving information from the outside of this project and getting to verifying what is the next best solution. So now let's apply the change. And now we can see the test passing. Yeah, so in terms of debugging, it may be a little bit different from writing the test is. It will be, of course, every issue to be unique and situational. But then we, as the user of the tool, we need to be aware on how the best way to use and make use of the AI, the Copilot Ask mode. So So before I end the demo, there is one more I would like to show is on terms of like refactoring. So I have this file. So I want to show how we can also use Copilot to refactor this. So I already attached, I mentioned specifically to refer to this file and say I would like to, I want to refactor this test. Yeah. So as you, let me apply the changes first. So what is happening here is that it is creating a new method which will be then reusable to for maybe to even extract it and put into a different file and use it as a helper method. So that is part of common refactoring. And what it has done. Okay, so here, yeah, this should be fine. All right. Okay, this is just a TypeScript error. And now let's try to run the test. Yeah, okay, it looks good. So refactoring, yeah. So what I've shown today was the basic of writing the test is, then in terms of debugging, and lastly, how we can use it to refactor. Okay, so now I'd like to go back to the slide. Yeah, so that is the end of my demo session. So now I'd like to invite Rwandi to share her session with the Copilot agent mode. And thank you.
Okay, thank you, Jay. That was an interesting session. So I'll share my screen. Okay, so I'm Ruanti, and I work as an architect in test automation at 99X, and I'm joining from Colombo today. And then I have worked in the software quality assurance profession for more than 14 years, and more than 10 years I've been working in UI test automation. And this is my LinkedIn link as well. Okay. So today I am going to talk about the Copilot agent. So in the previous session, Jay did a wonderful explanation of what Copilot Ask mode is, the LLM chat mode. So in this presentation, I'm going to cover the Copilot agent mode. So during this presentation, let's talk about what Copilot Agent is, how Copilot Agent helps with Playwright. Then we'll talk how the workflow goes when it comes to Playwright and Copilot Agent. And I'll show you a demo. And then let's talk about the benefits, limitations and risks, and the best practices of Copilot Agent with Playwright. So, what is Copilot Agent? So, Copilot Agent is an AI assistant which is embedded inside your IDE. So it goes beyond autocomplete. So unlike passive autocomplete, which you saw in the previous demo, the agent can take actions. So it will generate complete playwright test cases from your prompts. You can talk with it in simple English, and then it will generate complete playwright test cases for you. Then you can refactor and debug your existing code, and then the agent learns from the project's context. So if your project follows design patterns like page object model, when generating tests, it will follow those patterns. And so the suggestions are more relevant when it comes to this Copilot agent. And then it can follow multiple step instructions as well. So create a login, test, then do this and that. So you can give multiple step instructions for your Copilot agent as well when generating test scripts. So, how Copilot agent helps with Playwright? So, test creation. So, you can simply describe what you want. So, here in simple English, we have given write a Playwright test that logs into example.com and checks for a welcome message. So, Copilot agent will generate the code using Playwright best practices. And then test refactoring. Here, if you ask to refactor the locators to use the best locators for our test cases, it will apply the recommended locators. And then you can make common methods like J did in his demo, and you can ask it to create convert your test cases into data-driven test cases. Likewise, you can do the test refactoring with Copilot agent as well. And the other thing is debug assistance. So you can paste an error log and ask for help. So Copilot will pinpoint likely causes and suggest fixes. And you can use this as a learning tool. So perfect for onboarding engineers who are new to Playwright syntax. So when we are doing the demo, you will see how much we can learn from using Copilot agent. Normally, when we are using Playwright with Copilot agent, the workflow goes as you give a prompt in the IDE, then the Copilot agent will generate a complete test with best practices. Then we can run the test. So you can debug and refactor using Copilot agent. Then in the demo, I'll be showing you guys how the CI/CD pipeline is integrated as well using Copilot agent. So let's go to our demo. Uh, okay. Here I'm going to uh, open a folder. Okay. So I wanted to show you guys from the scratch how we can do Playwright test automation. So you guys, if you guys are new, you can, after the session, you can also try it out by yourselves. So here I am using the agent mode. And this is GPT 4.1 LLM, which comes with the Copilot free edition. So here I'm going to say convert this folder into a Playwright TypeScript project. So it's generating a plan. Okay, it created its to-do list. Then it's going through the to-do list and trying to create a Playwright TypeScript project here. Let's see what file it has changed. Okay, it has created the instruction file. Okay. It's installing Playwright. So it opened the recording mode also in my other screen. So I don't need that currently. So I'm going to close it. So it created an example test file as well. So I'm allowing it to run the test. Okay, it has run the test and it says it's passed. Okay, so now you can see your folder is now a Playwright TypeScript project. Playwright and TypeScripts are installed and configured. The example test created. Uh, you can run tests with this. Okay, so you can see now earlier when we were trying to create Playwright projects, we had to create this manually on our own, and it was kind of tedious if something goes wrong. So everything we need to start from scratch sometimes. So here it's just a simple. It's just a matter of minutes when you are creating a Playwright TypeScript project. So now that we have created our project, I am going to create a simple test, same as J. I'm going to use this Parabank site. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this and then I'm going to register. Then I'm going to fill this form. Okay, I think this is used earlier. Last name required. Okay. Okay, so it gives a welcome and the username. So we are going to test this in our test script. So I'm going to tell it, create a test script for the following. Go to this and click on register link. Then wait till registration form is loaded and then fill the registration form. Username, this is the this is like the requirement domain knowledge you have. So here I'm going to give that username should be unique for each run and should be 10 characters. Click on register button, then verify whether the welcome message is shown with username. Okay. Okay. Okay, it's asking me to allow running the test. It created the register test. Let's go there. Okay, it failed. It's trying to run it again. So it opened the record window here. So I'm going to close it. Let's see what's happening. Okay, so I'll keep this and then let me just adjust the size a little bit. Okay. Okay, here it says the test failed because the registration form selector did not appear within the timeout. This may be due to a slow page load, the modal, or a different selector. To fix this, ensure the page is fully loaded after clicking register. Use a more robust wait, such as waiting for visible field in the registration form. Increase the timeout for the wait if the site is slow. So you can see, although we are using Copilot agent to write our test scripts, it will anyway explain what it's doing. So you can learn from that as well. So you can go through the chat and learn from that as well. So it is asking, would you like me to update the test to use a more reliable selector and increase the wait timeout? I'll say yes. Okay, it passed. So it says the registration test now works as expected. It waits for the registration form reliably, fills it, submits, verifies the welcome message with a unique username. All Playwright tests are passing. Let me know if you need further enhancements. Okay, so you can see it has added a wait here. Okay, I'm going to keep the changes. Now that we have created the test, let's try to run it in headed mode. So you can either give your command in npm run test command here in your terminal, or else you can ask the Copilot agent to do it for you. So I'm going to tell the agent run the registration test in Chrome headed mode. Okay, it quickly ran through it. Hope you guys saw the browser. So it ran the test successfully in Chrome, allowing you to visually observe the browser actions. The test passed and the workflow is confirmed. Okay, now I am going to show you how refactoring is done. So here you can see the test data is hard coded in our test script. So I am going to tell it to you get the test data from a separate file. Create a separate constant file to get the test data for the test script and use it the script. Okay, you can see it created the registration data here. Okay, here, and it updated the test script to use it. Okay, a separate registration data file is created for test data, and your registration test now imports and uses this data. This keeps your test script clean and makes test data easy to update. Okay, so you can see, so I'm going to keep the changes. So you can see registration data dot the name of the constant. So here you can see the registration data like this in this file. Okay, let's run the test. So I'm going to again say, so you can click on the up arrow key and get the previous commands. So I got the previous run the registration test command and I'm running it. Okay, it ran and then it ran successfully. And the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this register spec. So here you can see the name of the button is register. So let's say somehow I have written this manually and trying to get Copilot agent to fix it. So I'm going to uh, give the button name as submit. Maybe it changed over time or something happened. So I'm going to give the button name as submit here, but the actual button name is register, as you might remember. So here I'm going to again run the test and see what happens. Okay, now it ran, but here it's stuck because it cannot see any submit button. Let's see what's happening here. Okay, so it's still waiting. Okay, it says it failed, and it's again trying to run it. It's again trying to run the test on its own, and it tried to correct it by itself. So you can see a self-healing happening here. Okay, it ran the test and it's passed. So it says correcting the button selector to register. Uh, so it has corrected itself, self-healing. So I'll keep the change. So now that you guys saw how we generated a test, how we refactor the test and how we debug a test, now I'm going to uh, push these changes into our repo. So let me get my Azure DevOps. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so I'm going to create a new project. Okay, I will go to project settings and switch on repos. Okay. If I go to the repo, I'll see the push an existing repo from command line. So I'm going to copy this code. And then I'm going to go here and tell push the changes to this repo. So I created the repo manually in our Azure DevOps, and then from here I am pushing the changes to our repo using Copilot agent. So here you can see it's doing the init and then git add, and it's committing our code with a nice comment. Okay, all changes have been pushed to your Azure DevOps remote repo at origin, including the registration test data file is now versioned and available remotely. And it's asking for, whether it can do the next step as well. So let's try to check what it has done. Okay, in our repo. So you can see our changes are pushed to the repo. Okay. Let's try to create a pipeline also. I need to create a pipeline. Okay, it's a CI/CD pipeline in Azure DevOps. It has to be triggered when changes are pushed to the repo in each time and it needs to publish the test results. Okay, let's see what it will do. So you can see it has created a YAML file, triggers on every push to any branch, installs these dependencies and runs the tests and publishes the test results. So I am going to keep it. Let's check the YAML file. Okay. Publish test results. Okay. So I'm going to push these changes. Push the changes to repo. Okay, it pushes the changes with a very nice comment. Committed. Okay. Let's check our repo. Okay. So you can see the YAML file here. So I'm going to create a pipeline. So create pipeline, Azure repos, webinar. I'm going to use this file. So I'm going to save this. I'm not going to run it, but I'm just saving it because I want to check whether it's triggered for when a change happens. Let's say I let's say I do a small change here. Maybe Playwright. Maybe I'll write a new test. Go to Parabank site and check whether customer login is shown. Okay. I'm not going to run it now, but I'm going to commit the changes to our repo. So I'm currently telling after each change, I'm telling it to push the changes to repo. What happens is over time, it identifies my pattern and over time, whenever I try to do a change and save it, create a new file or something, it will try to commit on its own. So we have to be very careful about it and we'll have to take control to our side when we are using these AI tools. Okay, now it says it has been committed. So let's see whether the pipeline is triggered. Okay, you can see that it's running. it has installed the dependencies and it's installing the Playwright browsers. Normally, this take a bit of time. So while it's happening, I'll continue with the rest of my presentation. Okay. So while the job is happening, let's go through the benefits of Copilot agent. So you saw the speed. Writing and maintaining tests are faster. And the other thing is mentorship. So the junior QAs learn patterns naturally from generated examples. So you can use Playwright as your coding assistant. So you can ask questions from it and you can work with it. And scalability, less time on boilerplate code like the template related ones. It will create the background test cases, sorry, background classes and such, and so that you can focus more on strategy and innovation. You can experiment with advanced Playwright APIs easily through prompting. The other thing is limitations and risks. So you'll have to keep in mind that AI may generate fragile uh, locators and AI isn't perfect. So the other thing is it can assume wrongly. So it can make wrong assumptions as well. So human review is needed. So we need to review and validate what the code does. You don't blindly trust what the AI is generating for you. For example, um, from our personal experiences, we know when we are using Copilot agents or MCPs, which are changing our files and creating new files and such. When we are working with those kind of stuff, we have experienced that without our knowledge, sometimes it has gone and deleted some of the wanted files. It might have created ambiguous files like duplicate files in certain places. Likewise, when we give it, since it's autonomous and it can generate stuff, it will do it on its own. It thinks, okay, I have identified this person's pattern. I have identified the code, and it tries to generate things by itself. So it's kind of dangerous when you are working in your project code. So you need to pay attention when it does things. We need to give the prompts properly. Like we need to explicitly tell it, uh, do this, but do not try to change other files. Likewise, we need to tell it explicitly what to do and what not to do when we are working in our project. Um, and the other thing is security and compliance considerations with AI tools. There are data privacy considerations. So avoid sharing sensitive credentials with the AI models because most of especially the free models, they use our data to train their models. It's better not to share sensitive data with the AI models. And don't over rely on Copilot. So use it as an assistant and not a replacement. So you need to keep the control and your expertise. You need to have it when you are working with Copilot agent. When we talk about the best practices, uh, so you need to validate the AI generated code. Don't blindly trust it. So validate every suggestion before merging to code, and then use fixtures and page object models like design patterns for maintainability, and use Copilot for repetitive patterns, and come up with the strategy on your own and keep your tests deterministic and always review your assertions. So I'll get back to the job. Let's see what's happening there. Okay, it has run it. So let's go to the pipeline. It says it's passed. Okay, but the thing is here the test results are not shown. Uh, I wanted the test tab here and I wanted to check the test results, but it hasn't. It says it hasn't found the file. So let's try to paste this log and try to fix this. Okay. Test results are not published. Fix the following error. So at a glance, I can see the results.xml and the Playwright config files are missing from here. But let's see what the Copilot agent is trying to do. Okay, it just updated the Asia YAML, sorry, the pipeline YAML file. Okay, the pipeline configuration has been fixed and pushed. Playwright will now output JUnit XML. Okay, so you can see I didn't ask it to push the code, but as I told you earlier, it has identified that this person pushes her code each time she does a change. So it has wrongly assumed that I am going to push changes each time I have done any changes. I am going to push it to the repo. So it has done it on its own. So it's trying to commit it here. Okay, I'm going to keep it. Let's see what's happening here. So anyway, it's waiting, but it's cancelled. So here I'm going to directly tell it now to push the changes to the repo. Okay, it has pushed the changes. Okay. Okay. So anyway, I can see that, okay, first of all, I'll try to correct the formatting in the Asia pipeline YAML file. So I'm going to say correct the formatting in YAML file. Then uh, create a results.xml file in test results and update the Playwright config file to publish the test results. Okay, it created a Playwright config file. Created the test results.xml. Okay. YAML formatting has been corrected. Now I just the Playwright config output test results. Okay, I'm going to keep it and then I'm going to push the changes to the repo. Okay. You can see a job is triggered. So a build is triggered and yeah. So normally if this goes well, what happens is after the job is done, it will here it's installing the Playwright browser. So afterwards it will run the tests and it will publish the test results and will do the post job checkout actions as well. After that happens, we will be able to see the test results in a separate tab. So I just wanted to show you guys that tab since it's taking a little bit of time. I will try to show what has happened previously. Okay, let me check. Okay, this is like one of the previous practice projects I had done. So here, so this is a previously run job. You can see we have a separate test tab and you will be able to see the results here. And you can even associate your test cases here. If you have your tests in Azure DevOps, you will be able to associate test cases from here as well. And the other thing is, I wanted to show you that whenever a build is happening, sorry, I couldn't show it to you guys. So whenever a build is triggered, I will be getting an email as well. I think I am the only member in the project, so it's sent to me. It will send an email to the members in the uh, uh, project, WebDriver project. So you can see, yes, we received this email. So here you can see here the job has been run correctly. I received it just now. And here I can see the test results mentioned in the email as well. Let's go to the job and see what has happened. Okay. Okay. So you can see the tests here, 3 passed, 0 failed. Likewise, you can see the test. Okay. That's it for my Copilot agent presentation. So I would like to hand this over to Sri to continue with his Playwright MCP related presentation. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thanks, Rohanti. So good evening, all. So first of all, I will introduce myself. My name is Mailvaram Srikanth Ruban. I am working as a QA architect, associate QA architect in 99X, and I have 13 plus years experience in the software testing. So this is my LinkedIn that you can refer. Okay, so in this session, I will be talking about MCP, Model Context Protocol, which is introduced by Anthropic, the company who owns the Claude LLM model. So they are the one who introduced that, and they are the one who introduced this MCP concept last year. So this is a bit new to AI. This is still evolving. This is the agenda that I'm going to cover today. First of all, we will see what is the problem statement. Otherwise, we can say what kind of a problem that we are going to resolve using this MCP. And then we have set of demonstration. Finally, we have a Q&A session. Okay, so this is the first section that I am going to cover. What kind of a problem it is going to resolve? It's the problem statement. Just imagine we are having three different models. Model one, likewise, we have three models. So each model understand different language, right? So if you give the prompt using that particular language, it will identify and it will understand that, and it will give you the answer. Likewise, that is the way this models has been developed. And after some time, these models are planning to connect with external tool. We'll say they are planning to connect with Google or Microsoft, some external product. If they want to connect, but these products only understand English. We will say these products only understand English, but these models are written and understand to specific language, right? In that case, these models needs to develop. They have to write a translator, their own translator, in order to connect with Google or some external tool. So the problem is, if they want to develop a translator, so they will write their own code, own standards, they will follow their own standards, and they will try to connect with the external tool. So that is a problem, right? So if they want, like if there are multiple models, different models that companies are developing, and if we have different external tools, we have to write our own connectors in order to connect with the external tool. This is a one example. So this just translate the language, right? And that is the problem that we are having. So we have a lot of external tools are there. Our models needs to connect with the external tool to get some operations that needs to be done. For example, if you have a database, if you have a Playwright, so you need to you need to get it done some task. But the problem is, if you want to connect with those tools, you don't have a proper way to connect it. Same like this, the example, you need to write your own connector, then you need to do it. But the problem is, you will, or the companies will write their own one. So that's why they have introduced this model context protocol. So this is model means we have different model. Context means we have different context. Like we have to connect with databases. We have to translate. In the previous example, translate some language. Likewise, we have different contexts based on our project requirements. Then the protocol. Normally, the protocol means it's the standards. So we will be defining set of standards. So using those standards only, we can connect with the external tool. So that is the idea, simple idea. This follows client-server architecture. So in the same example, so once the prompt is given to the model, so that will, in this architecture, that will initially transfer to the MCP client. Then that particular request to the send to the transfer to the MCP server, finally transfer to the external tool. Then once the work is done, the response will be transferred to the model. So the actual user can see the output of it. So that is the basic idea of this MCP. So if you really try to understand the MCP architecture, this is how it operates. So we have this MCP host. Normally, we can consider this Cloud. They have their MCP host application. VS Code, Windsurf, Cursor. These are like MCP host. Different applications are there. So today I'm going to use this VS Code as my MCP host. That means the application that I'm going to use. Then I have the client. So the idea is one MCP host can host multiple clients. So each client will have one-to-one connectivity between the server and the client. For example, in one particular host can have Playwright MCP server, GitHub MCP server, database, likewise Word, based on the requirement. Even you can connect with Jira. Likewise, you can have different MCP servers that is connected with the client one-to-one. So that is the basic idea of this architecture. Now, directly we'll jump into the demonstration. So first of all, as in the previous session, I am also going to use the Parabank, this banking application for my demonstration. GitHub for the repository. What I will do, I will open up VS Code. So this is going to be the host, MCP host, right? Through this one only, I'm going to host my all my MCP servers. Okay. So I will give some introduction about the things that I'm going to use. So I'm going to use agentic mode because this based on this the previous explanation that I have done, you can understand that this MCP server or this MCP is working as a layer. It is not going to do any task. It is acting as a layer. This is the connector between the external tool and the agent, we can say. So agent is going to perform the task, right? Then it is going to connect with the external tool using this MCP server. That is the idea, basic understanding. That I'm going to use this agentic mode, and then I'm going to use this Claude Sonnet 4.0. That is my LLM model that I'm going to use. Okay, so first of all, what I will do, I will check whether I have any MCP servers running in this machine. So I can type okay. So I can check whether any MCP servers running. Currently, there is no MCP servers running in my machine. Okay, so then I will configure one MCP server. Initially, I will configure this GitHub MCP server. So that is to connect with GitHub. Anyway, through this VS Code also you can directly connect, but I'm going to use this MCP GitHub to connect with connect with GitHub and to push the code and to clone the code, everything. I'm going to use this MCP GitHub. For that one, what I can do, simply I can go to Google, then I will search GitHub MCP server. So this is the official GitHub MCP server. So they have given all the documentation here. So what you can do, you can install it in your VS Code. Otherwise, you can copy this configuration and you can paste it in there. So I will show that also. I will click on this install server. If you open this one, it will give you this particular option, install. If you click this one, it will be installed. So idea is it will simply, yeah, and also I need to show this one also. If I, once I connected to this MCP server, I need to give the authentication. So this is the GitHub login credential that I'm going to use today. So I have authenticated that. Now it can connect with the GitHub using that particular credential, right? So I can directly manage and I can show the JSON. You can click on the JSON, then it will show you the configuration, MCP configuration that you have configured for the GitHub. So the server is running now, right? Now I can simply give the commands. So agent is going to perform the task. So the in between layer going to be the MCP. So here GitHub MCP server, that is the intermediate layer that is going to connect with the GitHub, right? I will simply say create a repo called MCP demo. So it will simply, so I also have given the context mcp.json, that is the context. So based on this context only, it is going to perform the task. You can see it is, it will list down all the details here. So login details, everything will be displayed. So I have connected using GitHub MCP server. So details will be there here. Right, now I can directly go into the repository. Then directly I can check whether that is available. MCP demo that is created. So how I have created? I have created through the MCP GitHub MCP server. Okay, now what I will do, I will clone that particular newly created directory into my local machine, right? I have already have a directory in my mind. I will select that particular directory. I will ask agent to clone the repo into below local local path. Yeah. Yeah, it is going to clone it. Now that has been cloned into the local directory. Then I will ask, open the folder through VS Code. Then what will happen? The repository that I have copied into my local directory, that will be open now. So now I am in the MCP demo, which is that is the one that I have cloned into the local directory. Okay, now what I will do, I will go here. Right now, what next? What we are going to do? We have a question, right? In previous sessions, in initial session, we have used this asked mode. So then in there we have to code. It will give suggestions, right? So in previously we have to remember all the code and we have to type it. But once we have this ask mode, the advantage is if you type something, it will give you the suggestion, right? Then it has been improved into the next level, that is the agentic mode. What is the idea is, if you give just the URL and the instruction, it will create you the complete structure and the test and everything, and it will give you the final outcome. But in there also the code is involved. It will create a set of codes to connect with different browsers and everything. It will give the codes using that Playwright TypeScript or JavaScript only. It will try to connect with the browser and it will perform the activities. But here, what the idea is, here we are into the next level. That means we are going to give the instruction. For an example, our test cases, right? For example, just access this web page and perform these activities. Then finally verify this particular message is displayed. If you want to do it in a traditional way, you have to write all the scripts in JavaScript or TypeScript. Then it will perform that activities. But here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to give set of instructions. Then it will perform that activities in the browser. So for that one, I'm going to get the help from Playwright MCP server. Playwright MCP server. Okay, I will copy. The server part is already there in my machine. That is already configured. When you can click here. Then once you click it, then this available servers will be displayed. So if you click on this configuration button, then it will show you the configuration. And you can start the GitHub one, and then you can insert Playwright MCP server. We'll save it. Then I can start. That also, right? Now the Playwright MCP server is running. Right. Now what I will do, instead of writing this Playwright script or TypeScript or without doing anything, I will just give this instruction, right? So I have already written set of instructions. Navigate to this particular page, click on the registration link, fill the form, register the member, verify that new member has been successfully registered. This is my test case. Yeah, I will ask this from the agent. I will navigate. Yeah, now you can see it has accessed the URL through MCP server. So it is actually trying to connect with the Playwright so the particular tools that is available in the Playwright. So that is performed through the MCP server. Now it has been connected and it is performing the activities. And finally, I have asked to verify the welcome message is successfully displayed. Yeah, I can see It will give you all the details, right? Navigated to the Parabank, clicked on the registration link, found the link, filled the registration form, verified successful registration, verifications are completed. The test is completed now, right? This is the idea. So what the advantage here is, you can give your test case here and it will perform the activity, then it will be verified completely. Now, normally in a regular test environment, we are going to run it one by one, right? We have test cases might be in our Excel sheet or Jira. We will be maintaining our own test cases in using some tools, right? So what I will do in the first place, what I will do, I will try to store everything within this in my repo itself, right? I will create a MD file, test suite.md. So this is my test suite. This is going to be my test suite. So here I'm going to create, or if you have already you have created test cases, we'll assume I have already created the test cases and I have them in the Notepad++. Then I'm going to add them in the MD file, and then I'm going to ask the MCP agent to run the test cases by getting the help from the MCP server, Playwright MCP server. So this is my instruction, right? So normally when we are executing the test cases, using based on our past experience, based on our knowledge, we know how to execute the test cases, right? So we have a test suite. So if you are executing the test cases, we have set of rules in our mind. So if one particular step is failed, we have to fail entire test case and we need to log a bug. So that is the normal thing that we are following. We have set of rules that is already we know, right? But for when this agent is executing the test cases, we need to give that instruction to the agent, right? So these are the instructions. You are a test automation engineer. So then when this agent is when executing this particular test case, then it will assume that is a actual test automation engineer. Then these are the instructions that it needs to follow. Execute all the test cases listed in the test suite. So it needs to execute everything. Use Playwright MCP tools. So we have set of tools in the Playwright MCP. You need to use that one. If any step or verification failed, mark the entire test case as failed. Likewise, we have set of instructions. Then also finally, once the test cases are executed, fine, then I will be generating a report that is in the HTML format. And these are the things that needs to be included in the report. So I have given all the instructions, right? Then I will add my test case. So this is going to be my test suite. Under the test suite, I will be having my test cases. So I will add only one test case for the time being. I will ask execute the test suite. So I'm asking the agent to execute the test suite. So now I need to first examine the test suite.md file. It is trying to understand the MD file. Yeah, let's start. Yeah, now you can see it is trying to also it has identified that perfect. I can see the test suite contain one test case that have already executed in the previous session. So that also it can identify. Because this particular test case that I have executed previously, it can understand that also. This is the screen that is currently running. Okay. You can see it has executed all the steps in my test case, and then it has verified the welcome message. Finally, it is generating the HTML report. So the HTML report should align with these set of instructions, right? So test case ID should be there, steps executed, pass fail status, error message, a screenshot if applicable, execution timestamp, add bar chart. Likewise, you can add more information. If you need more details that is useful for your analysis, you can add them here, and that will generate that based on your instructions. Now it is trying to generate the report. So it is collecting the data now, and it is execution report with all required details, including bar chart. So I have, yeah. Now it is creating the report. You can see the report has been successfully created. You can see nice report has been generated. So likewise, so this is one sample report that I have generated, but based on your requirement, you can generate your reports. So you can understand how much easier to execute the test cases with this MCP, right? No need to write any script or anything. If you just have the test cases, then you can execute them. But if you have some complicated test cases, then it is hard to do this. But if the test cases are very simple, right, like something like this, then it can be done, right? So even if you are if you are identifying some regression test suite, which is very simple, not that much complicated, then you can try to use this, right? But if it is, even if it is complicated one also, you can try to use this test suite to get the job done. Then also I have another test case. I will include this one as well. So in this case, what I am going to do, navigate to this one, this particular page, enter valid username and password, and enter the click on the login button, verify user is successfully logged into the logged in, and account overview page is displayed. Verify the welcome username, because the username is unknown, because we user that we are going to create it from here. So that particular user will be used in this particular test case. So you can parameterize also. And also you can have test data folders, then you can manage that also. Likewise, you can do whatever the things that we are normally, regular automation we are doing, you can do everything in here also. So there is a comprehensive demonstration that is done by one of our XCN, Tarindra, that is already available in our official YouTube channel. So he is covering this this particular test case creation, test data creation. Likewise, everything will be covered in there. So if you want more details, you can go into that video also. Then you can refer to that. I think that is more helpful if you are planning to do something like this in your real projects. Right. Then I will ask execute the test suite. Again, it is going to execute it. So it is going to use the same browser. I can see that test suite already been executed successfully. Looking into the complete to list, both been finished. Report, okay. Not sure I have saved it. I have not saved it. Saves. Execute the test suite with newly added test case. Yeah, I need to check the check if there is any newly added test cases in the test suite. Excellent. I can see there is a newly added test case 002. Verify user login functionality. So it is trying to execute that. Let me start the execution. Yeah, first it is trying to register user registration. Yeah, you can see I see I'm still logged into the form previous session. So it has already logged into the system previously also. So like it is identified that as well. Then it is logged out from the session. Then now it is filling the form again. That means it is executing the test case 1. Then once that is done, then it is going to move into the second test case. That is to login into the application. Then verify the user. or some items that I have defined in the test case, right? Right. Now it is going to execute the test case 2 user login functionality. Yeah, it is entered the username that is created in the previous session. Yeah, I can see that has been successfully verified, logged into the system, and it is verifying the home screen. That has been verified now. Now you can increase the verification points, right? If you have more verification that needs to be included in the test case, then you can include them. That is based on your requirement. You can change. Because the report is already generated, so now just a matter of updating that same report again by including the additional test case results. Okay, it is still running now. Let me add the test case to test case details. First, let me find where it is inserted it. So it is trying to add the details now because it needs to update the existing report with the details that is generated now. Now it is adding the details. Perfect. Now I will insert test case 2 before the test suit summary. So it will add that details as well. Okay, now you can understand that how this is easier than previous things, right? Because now if you have natural language test cases, then you can use them, and then you can directly execute them with the help of MCP. And also I will show you that also. So here what I have done, I had all my test cases within the test suite, and then I have executed. So so it is updating now. I will check whether this is updated. Still working. Yeah. Okay, completed 3, generated, updated HTML report. Now it is generating the report. Okay, now it is giving some summary also. How much time it took, duration, everything will be available. Finally, it is giving the summary, execution summary. Now, if you go into the report, it will give you the complete details, right? Okay, now what I will do, just imagine something like this. Now the requirements are already available, and then based on the requirements that I have created the test cases, right? Just imagine your requirements are available in, we'll say, available in the in a Word document, SRS document available in this Word document. So this is the complete requirement for the Parabank. So this also I have generated using ChatGPT. So I have this SRS document. So what I want to do with the help of some MCP connector, I want to identify or read this documentation and need to generate the test cases, right? What I can do, then I can check whether I have any MCP servers available for that. So this is for this one, I'm going to use MS Word. So most of them are officially available. Some they have personally created, and that also will be available. So you can use that also. And also, if you want to create your own MCP servers, that also possible, right? You can create your own MCP server, then you can get the support from them as well, right? If you feel like if you have something that is not available in the market, the tool that you need to connect, if you want to create your own MCP server, then what you can do, you can create your own one also, right? Then I will go into the mcp.json, then I will add here. So this is the Word MCP server. I will ask use the will ask use this SRS document. Use this SRS document which is available in the desktop, and create the remaining test cases. Use Word MCP server for a safe site. We'll give that also. Otherwise, if it is trying it in a different way, then it will take some time. Okay, I will help you to access the parameter document from the desktop and create additional test cases. So now it is trying to access the SRS document that is available in the desktop. Yeah, let me try to find the SRS document on the desktop. Yeah, so this is one thing, and then there's another thing, like if you can do, if you have your requirements in the Confluence, then if you want to create PBIs or some workable items, then you can use MCP concept in there also. If you have the PBIs in DevOps and you need to create test cases using that PBIs, or if you want to create requirement document, then you can use this MCP right. Use the MCP. Serve MC. Use the and get the job done. So sometimes it will try to copy it into this location, and then it will try to the agent might try to do the task. So what currently I'm doing is I'm not copying it to this location. It will be available in the desktop, and through the MCP server I'm trying to connect with the document and get the details into this test suite file, right? I'm going to get all these test cases into there. So now it will read through the SRS document, and it will add the additional test cases. Yeah, it is starting to update the test suite document. So it will take some time because it is reading that documentation, and it will try to find out what are the missing test cases, and then everything will be added here. So if it is use MCPs, then you can understand that by clicking on here. So here Word document server, MCP server, that is the one that is used here. So likewise, you can go through that. And previously what happened is, like initially it's tried to do something like this. It is trying to copy the content into this directory, and then the agent will read it, and then it will perform the activity. That's also possible, but that is not the one I needed. What I need to have the document in my desktop, then read it through the MCP server, then add them in the test suite section. So additional test cases are added. But the thing is, you need to verify whether these test cases are correct. You can go through them, and you can check whether these are valid test cases, whether these are covers everything. Now you can see this has added the reference as well. Then you can go to this FR18 and you can verify it whether this covers this particular requirement, and then you can go through that requirement, and then you can verify whether you can these are correct or not. So if you ask add the additional negative test cases, that also will be added here. Likewise, even agent also can add test cases, because agent is the one who performs the activity. So that you need to understand, right? Here the MCP is just a layer. It is not going to perform any activities. right? Agent is the one who performs the activities. If agent has that particular accessibility, then it can perform it. So here the problem is some of the external tools are not accessible. For example, if you want to connect databases or Confluence or Jira, from here, agent can't directly connect to that. So that is the problem. So in there, you need to have a connector. That connector will be the one that is going to connect with connect the agent and the external tool. Then you are going to perform the actions using the agent. That is the thing you need to remember. MCP is not performing anything. That it's just a layer in between this agent and the external tool, right? Okay, then same like that, we have MCP for Excel also. You can try it out. So you can search for Excel MCP server. Then you can add them in the mcp.json file. Then you can ask to create or read the Excel and add the test cases. So just imagine if you have your test cases are available in the Excel sheet, and you need to read it and add them in the test suite. Then that also you can perform it. Okay, and as I mentioned, you can try it with different things like DevOps. If you have if you are maintaining all the documents in the DevOps, you can go through that documentation through this MCP, and you can get the output from there, and you can create the test cases from there. So likewise, you can get the support from MCP, and you can perform different activities based on your requirement. So that is the idea. But you can directly integrate this particular code into the CI/CD pipeline, because here we don't have any codes, right? So it has just the instructions. It performs the activities. Perform the activities by using the different MCPs, right? So GitHub, and then we have used Playwright, and then we have used Word. Likewise, we have used different MCP servers. But if you push this into the CI/CD pipeline, in there we don't have an option to run them, right? We have agentic options are in GitHub, but here we need to have this MCP to connect with Playwright, then to perform the actions, right? So in there are some restrictions in there, but what you can do, you can use these particular test cases. Then you can ask the agent to create the Playwright script based on these test cases. Then you can push the code into the CI/CD pipeline. Then you can integrate that, right? But the thing is, as Ruanti and Jay mentioned, don't totally depend on this AI things like agent, these things, because you need to verify whether the things are generated by the AIs are correct or not. That is the first thing that you need to do. Even though this based on the requirement, these test cases are generated, first thing you need to do, you need to verify it, whether these test cases are correct, whether this covers everything, right? And these are meaningful test cases, right? That you need to find out. Okay, that's basically about MCP. So now the floor is open for the questions, right? If you have any questions, you can post them in the chat. We will try to answer. Yeah. Thanks for listening.
All right then. I can take up the first question. So the audience, they ask regarding the locator. So how did the AI pick up the locator for the registration form without giving them beforehand? All right then. So basically the AI quite intelligent, so it is able to go through the Parabank website. So it goes to the Parabank website, it goes through the HTML code. It doesn't view it visually like us, but it views the file. So it viewed the raw file, and that file from there it able to read and find out like for the registration form part, we're going through the individual input fields, daring to understand the ID and the name that has been provided, then intelligently suggest the locator that we can use. So that's why in the, both my demo and Ruandi's demo, you can see how the AI was able to directly put the lotators. Yeah, I hope that answered the question.
Okay. I saw these two questions posted in the chat, which are kind of related. So one is, could you please explain how can we protect the project secrets such as passwords, tokens, etc., exposing to AI? When it comes to AI tools like Copilot, I think in my presentation also I mentioned it to you. Never paste your credentials, your real secrets into prompts. So the passwords, tokens, API keys. So they should never be pasted in your chats. So instead, keep them in a secure secret manager. Like in Azure DevOps, we have the Azure Key Vault, or you can use something like CI/CD secure variable stores, and try to inject them into your Playwright test scripts using environment variables. Don't hard code them in your test scripts. And other thing is, sometimes we like to debug using echo, like, right? So we like to print stuff and try to debug. So in those cases also, never try to echo your secrets as well, because they'll be reflected in your logs. The other thing is, if you paste your secrets in the chats, Copilot can generate code patterns. And the other thing is it will be taken for learning purposes. So your LLMs will use your secrets outside of your organization. So never paste your secrets into prompts. Use secure practices like using secure secret managers like Azure DevOps, or and then inject them using environment variables. Have a practice like that. And the other related question I saw was, can we use Copilot agent in private mode in order to manage code data privacy? Yeah. Uh, so, uh, so when it comes to Copilot, especially in large organizations, what they do is they use Copilot for business or enterprise setting. So they don't normally use the free versions. They use the business and enterprise setting, where they guarantee that in this tier the code is not used for model training. So then the other thing is you can apply organization policies as well to these tiers. So anyway, still, although the privacy is improved, we can't guarantee that. So it's better to have the best practices like which I mentioned earlier when managing your passwords, tokens, and secrets. Yeah. Yes. And I have answered one question in the chat itself as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I see a great number of questions related to the MCP. Sri, you like to take that up?
Yeah. Sorry, I am talking but muted. Yeah. There's a question can related to what is the difference between AI and MCP server. So there's a question like that. When we look at the architecture, it's similar to API. But if you really look at the architecture in there, the APIs, we have a set of endpoints, right? So we have defined endpoints. We can use those endpoints only if you want to perform any activity. So if you want a different endpoint or different task to be done, then we need to create a separate endpoint in order to connect with that. But the MCP server, if you give just the instruction, that knows that particular task that to be done. For an example, in the Playwright MCP server, what I have given, just I have given the instruction, right? So I need to access to this web page. I need to register this particular person. Likewise, I have given just the instruction. the MCP server knows how to get that particular task done. Simple word, if I explain it in a real world example, the API is like a vending machine, right? Vending machine, it has set of defined foods. What you can do if you click on or if you select that food, then it will give you only that food. If you want to include a new food, you need to add that and you need to program it. Likewise, you need to do different activities. But it gives same food, the food item, but if you want to have a different food, then you need to configure it. But if you take this MCP server, it's like a personal chef that you have it in your home, right? If you ask, make a dinner, light dinner with vegetables, then it knows how to prepare it. No need to give instruction, no need to do any changes, right? That is the basic difference between this API and MCP server. Then given that we have MCP server available, should we rely on to create test script? In other words, can we simply create test suite with instruction rather than building traditional framework? Yeah, for this question, yes and no, we can say, because if you have simple test cases, even some complicated test cases, you can rely on this one, this MCP concept, because this is very simple, right? You can have your test cases, and if you go through that the video that I have mentioned previously, we can share that link as well. Then you can understand that you can maintain a lot of things in there, test data, different things you can maintain in a different way. So it is highly maintainable, right? So I think with the evolvement that we are moving into different, like rather than coding everything, we can use our own language and we can write the test cases, we can try to execute them. I think for this question, yes, in future, I think we are moving into this particular direction, because still there we need some maturity, because as I mentioned in the CI/CD pipeline also, there are a lot of problems that I can see, because this is very new to this industry, because this has been introduced last year September. Now only there are a lot of companies, they are coming up with a lot of different MCPs for their own tools, but there are a lot of unofficial tools are available. But now there are a lot of MCP tools are available still, but it is evolving. Ruanti, you can take another. There's another question related to API testing and validation using AI agents.
Okay, I'll quickly answer that. So yes, in simply, yes, you can ask AI agents to write your Playwright API tests, and it will generate the request response code, and it can validate the payload as well. So yeah, that's the short answer for that. Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah, there's another question.
I think
yeah, I think we are running out of time. So, what we can do is we can send the answers for the remaining questions in a mail thread, because we can like end the session now. So thank you for those great questions and discussions. With that, we've reached the end of today's session. So I would like to say a big thank for the speakers, Jay Prashant, Ruanti, and Shrikant Ruben, for sharing their time, knowledge, and insights on how AI is enhancing playwright automation. Our sincere appreciation also goes to 99X and the 99X marketing team for their support in organizing and promoting this session. So we'll be sharing a feedback form shortly. So please take a few minutes to fill it out, as your input will help us to make sessions more valuable. You'll also receive the session recording within the next few days, so you can revisit the content. And finally, thank you all for all our participants for joining, engaging, and making this session a successful. So have a great evening, everyone.
Yeah, thank you, everyone.
Okay, thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.